What's up, guys? My name is Phil.
I'm Rock.
I'm Martin.
And we are the Nerd Council. Today we'll be watching Season 4, Episode 2 of Rick and Morty.
Really good show.
Yes, the premiere was excellent, so I'm really excited to see this one and kind of their unique, innovative ideas and weird take on science fiction.
It's gonna be weird. Everything.
Yeah.
Every show is weird. Yeah, every episode.
That's why it's so great. So let's get started.
We're at syrup. Huh. You know what? Maybe I'll use my intern. Glootie!
Good.
Thanks, Glootie.
Anything else? Do you want to develop an app?
No thanks, Glootie. Hey, what's up, Glootie?
Hi, Morty. Do you want to develop an
No
app?
thanks. Glootie, go make some photocopies of something.
Cool. Well, if anyone wants to develop an app with me, I'm down.
He seems to really want to develop an app.
Yes, we know that nobody's gonna do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a quick solo adventure to go on, and this one will not be directed by Ron Howard.
He's gonna go poop. When Grandpa pats his belly like that and leaves without word, it means he's going to go poop. He's a shy pooper. He has a secret pooping place.
Damn, you, Summer.
SATs.
Well, I'm man enough to simply say I'm going to poop. And I'd be honored to have Ron Howard involved. He's really putting you to work, huh?
Did you want to develop an app?
I'll pass, Glootie.
You're lost.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
That's an app you'd want to develop.
Can I ask what it is?
It's
Of
not
course you
fun to
can.
follow.
That's always the first step in app development.
Trying to get him.
50-50, final offer.
Freaking Jerry, man.
50-50. Fun.
Oh my god, it really is a secret poop place.
Yeah. Wow. She was not kidding. That'd be pretty awesome.
Does that still count as being a shy pooper if you're
Yeah, you're like
all
out in the open. Yeah, I feel like you're more of a.
But it's probably like his
pooper.
isolated like planet or something.
Yeah, he picked an isolated planet to poop on. Somebody's been here. He's like rolling out all the possibilities. Oh no. Somebody's messing with his poop area.
Somebody's using his toilet.
Yeah, somebody used his toilet. He's got like this backup. It's so funny. He's always got backup ready. It's so cool how he hides it though.
There's a catalog.
Is it kind of like a poop?
Extrapolation. Time to meet your maker.
That's so gross.
Did you develop an app?
Rule number 1 in app development, son. Never follow the rules.
Except when the rule is tattooed on his forehead, Dad. Why do you think Rick would have that rule?
Because he's a disruptive-o.
No, Dad, no! To keep something horrible from happening! Something he's too lazy to explain!
Go. This new app just matched me with a guy that is my type. Super my type, learn to agree.
Hey, your Sue Tai works at Jersey Mike's and sees 25 fish shows a year.
That is so Danny.
Summer!
Danny?
Summer Smith!
Danny Booblets from Lovefinderrz with 2 R's and a Z?
I ran all the way here.
Lovefinderrz.
I tripped on a fire hydrant and fell down, so I'm covered in ground and stuck to my sweat. And even after a shower, I'll still be into a jam band for old junkies. But I think this world cares too much about bands and too little about love. And I think I love you.
Me too.
Hi, I'm my underage daughter's mother. Nice to meet you. Come on, just met.
This isn't working.
Wait, what are you? Never mind.
Quit. I'm
They
getting
left the baby.
Yeah, I know as well. Oh no.
Honey, our daughter ran off with a frisbee golfer because of some app with a really dumb, really forgettable name. Like a really dumb, I'm creative. Anyway, I'm late.
Fighters.
Cupider.
Okay, Glootie, take the app down.
Can I take it down? I'm just an intern.
No.
That's not how you're just destroying the monitors.
Yeah.
This isn't how making things This is work.
Get it off the server!
Shake him more, Morty. That was working.
Shake him more.
Okay, don't hurt me.
Ominous beeping app. You can't stay mad at a guy with this kind of talent.
Dad, you can and you have to!
Look at this guy. He wants to eat me so bad. You want to eat me, don't you? Just kidding. Have some drugs.
Are you vermin?
Where's this guy? Come on. Who's this monkey?
I'm here about a sandwich. You might want to get that.
Hello?
Yeah, give the human whatever he wants. He knows where I live. He's crazy.
You f***ing idiot. I have 800,000 kids. Don't forget your voicemail.
Oh, they all left him a message.
Have 470,000 messages. Oh, that's half of them. Okay, move on away.
That's happening.
This is seriously about sandwiches? I thought this was about drugs.
Who ordered it? Talk to our delivery drone. He ran off to fight in the robot wars.
Hey, Ape Man. I hope this was worth making a whole swarm of enemies.
It will be when I find whoever shit in my toilet.
Is that code for something? Someone look that up. If that's drug slang, I need to know it.
Mama, you can't stop true love.
Oh, yes, I can.
You're assaulting me.
Keep your voice down.
I'm being assaulted.
Nobody cares. It's a motel. Nobody's here because their life's going so great they can afford to get mixed up in yours. You ever fish on your own?
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Also,
like
once
too
you
realistic
one
there.
next door, and they're putting a glass to the wall, and I'm listening.
Fine. Enjoy.
I will.
I'm Danny, by
You
the
have
way.
your chance, Dick.
Hostage. Do they have weapons? No, but neither do I.
Do you have a weapon?
No.
Take the Okay, well, who tells interns what to do?
Not you, that's for sure.
Take us to whoever does. Or we'll punch you.
Okay.
Not bad, Morty.
Yeah, I don't know when the other shoe's gonna drop, but this is working pretty good so far.
Greetings. We are the Monogatrons. While your species was still toying with fire, ours mastered the science of functioning, committed relationships. When wanted a gun?
I'll take it, thanks.
Yes, the
God damn it!
As a pre-app civilization, your love's value is defined by scarcity. You are highly trained to seek it, and you have no idea how to maintain it. Had you bought
It's just like red
you
again.
would have learned by now it is as abundant as water. You know what isn't? Water.
Prisoners are getting away.
Prisoners are just things. Connect with me. Tell me about your day.
Oh, incredible. Did you know humans are 80% water?
Oh,
And I found a new podcast we can listen to tonight.
Love it.
find and kill that thing.
It's like some kind of like empire thing he's in.
You have outnumbered. There's no hope. Then we go out in glory. Prepare to die.
Oh, hold on.
My apologies, Lieutenant Commander.
Just scanned him.
Initiate employee evaluation.
This show is so smart, but like the way they use it is fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Protein club sandwich with no lettuce. God damn it.
They're like delivery service chips or robots. Oh man, ooh. Morty's such a like, or Rick and me is such a killer, man. It's just he's such a.
Oh, he's scoping for this big then? Alright, I know you want to have the big guy, little guy fight, but are you kidding me? You dropped that.
I'll have to call you back.
Where do you want to die?
Susan, is conference room 3 available? Look at a photo of my wife while you kill me.
Sure, but I'm doing her a favor. She either has terrible taste or she's trapped in a marriage to a toilet thief.
Using your toilet was nice, though. I'm a bit of a shy pooper.
You went all that way to find this guy. It's crazy.
Stay there.
He's about to find an alternate version of his wife, I bet you.
Yeah.
Tell him what you told me.
What is this? What's happening?
Tell him what you told me.
My wife's still alive. She went into remission 10 years ago.
What did you do today?
Oh, I pooped on a really awesome toilet I found.
Don't you use your dead wife as an excuse.
Oh.
You don't have my toilet because you don't know your place. And your place is nothing.
That's not where I thought it was going.
It's too good for your ass. Trust me, it is.
You're not gonna kill me?
Don't tell me what to do.
It's gonna punch. Oh.
Oh, so you like being alive. So why the f are you back here?
After you left, I thought about what you said and how much I needed to hear it. But then I thought about why you were saying it, who you were really saying it to. You need the same thing I needed, Rick. You need someone to give you permission to live.
I thought you were a shy pooper.
You know what shy pooping is, Rick? It's a pointless bid for control. You want to take the one part of life that you truly think is yours, and you want to protect it from a universe that takes whatever it wants.
You're right, Tony. I'm done fighting. Time to be free.
Oh my god.
Just, I don't know. Wow.
Hi, little mouse.
That's crazy.
I missed you so much.
I never really left you.
Then you know that a few years ago I started getting into
Strap-on porn?
Come on. Where are you going?
To poop!
Where?
Wherever you want. Forever!
Yeah.
You rang. I'm pooping too.
Come, Tony, come on!
Like that?
What are you waiting for? Aren't you gonna join us, Tony?
This is so uncomfortable.
Where are we? What is this?
That's it. Get out.
You can make a perfectly realized toilet-filled simulation of heaven, but you can't share a toilet.
Don't insult my craft. The chemical is Glootie. It connects the whatever you want section of your brain to the whatever you have section. If your heaven is toilets, that's on you. Goodbye forever. If you touch my toilet again, you
I
die.
need a friend.
I have a million cooler friends than you.
I'll be seeing you.
You'll be dying.
We're gonna be
You're
friends.
gonna be dead.
He kind of like weirdly reminds me of the therapist. Remember the
Yeah,
therapist?
he does a lot of like therapy for people kind of thing.
You know, we don't need a high five. It's kind of your fault.
Oh, you mean
we're in this
Rick?
situation.
Rick or the other
No,
the other guy?
The other guy
He
reminds
does
me of the
remind.
therapist.
It is kind of like a therapist, yeah.
It's just like the fact that he's getting to Rick,
Yeah.
and the therapist was the only other person I can really like think of who got to Rick.
Yeah.
Although he kind of like shut her down though.
Yeah. It's crazy how he went through all that trouble and then you didn't kill him. He just made him like really explain it.
You don't have to.
Because he sees himself in the other guy.
Yeah.
Richard,
Just so dumb too.
Running bird!
let's get out of here.
Jeez.
Rex Witherspoon,
Josiah?
let's get the out of here.
Yeah, everybody keeps running in.
You had me at my own name.
Yeah.
What in the hell are you doing?
Parenting.
That's not how I did it. You're right. Going nice.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
It's Glootie, and he's had a change of heart.
We're not allowed to use those there.
I wonder why. That's what I thought, Glootie. Looks like you and I are all we got.
I'm not helping you any more than that. If you can find the hangar, grab a ship and get the hell out of here.
Where you going, Glootie?
I've got a date. We're dumping a dating app.
Ever his thing?
No.
He never exited that way.
No, first time. Dad, I want to embarrassed to be your son.
First
And
time.
then later I thought we were going to die because you're a loser.
Oh man.
There's no more, is there?
So, now quit
That's all you got.
Tony died.
Excuse me?
He had quit his job, started living life to the fullest. He crashed into a tree space skiing down Mount Space Everest.
Space Everest.
Mount Space Everest? Okay, Jesus, I gotta process this. Oh no, you don't want to eat that. You'll become the opening of the Beverly Hillbillies. You know what I'm saying? Little bubbling crude Texas tea.
I don't know these references.
Yeah, but you have a Space Everest. Watch Space Beverly Hillbillies.
Now what?
Happily ever after.
And after that?
We'll find out together.
Summer, how many soulmates is that in the last week? 4. You can't stop loving who I love, Mom.
Oh, the
I can't. I'm gonna
mother you until your 18th birthday, even if I get thrown in prison for non-consensual mother. And then I will break out, come to your house, kick down your door, and mother your face out of your stupid asshole. Bitch.
It's so crazy, man. How much to the extent they go with that.
That's my name.
Oh my God. He really said that.
Yeah.
Give me that new soulmate. Adwall.
Oh, that's how you kill an ad. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Mom. Let's go home.
On the off chance that you use the app and there's someone out there waiting for you,
Jerry, I didn't use it. Did you?
Me? No. God, of course not.
Then we're all good, dog.
No matches. Ted dancing.
I wonder if that's gonna come up though.
Hey, Tony's dad. I also wanted to let you know I did explore infinite universes, and there is a version of Tony that was completely evil and ended up causing a lot of genocide because of how fulfilled he was. So really, a lot of ways of looking at this is not much of a loss.
I understand. It's hard losing a friend.
You.
What?
It's not my friend.
Somebody who like understands Rick is like hard to find, and then he sits on his toilet and has this like existential moment.
There he is. There's our guy. Congrats, Tony. Have fun with your stupid toilet that you get to use all by yourself now. Enjoy using it all by yourself while you sit there and think about how nobody wants to be around you and how you ruin it for yourself because you're a new piece of shit. Look at you sitting there, king shit.
King of shit.
Loneliness. Enjoy this toilet with 1,000 of me screaming every time you take a shit. All hail His Majesty, the saddest piece of garbage in the entire cosmos.
Ah, that's messed up.
The thing about like how elaborate this is, you must care about somebody to do something this elaborate for them.
Rick, did you take the Tapatio?
I love Tapatio.
Well, a fan.
Oh no, that's that word transformed via the
Thanks. I could never lift it up.
No problem.
I'll be able to drink water for weeks because of you.
It's just part of my job, man.
mountain sweat.
This is Jerry Smith. Just finished my first delivery of the day. 100 more to go.
So once again, like I thought this was a really great episode. The thing that's so great about this show is that it mixes like poop humor with like life advice and like a little bit of a lesson. And I know Rock said earlier that like he doesn't really see the lesson in these shows.
I see him in some of them,
sometimes,
but just like the last episode, I was like, there was no lesson to that. That was just a little wild.
But I thought it was really interesting how Rick found someone like him in Tony, and also Jerry kind of found himself in Glootie. Back, when they were like in the prison, they both didn't have any matches. So it's like, hey, I'm not alone. Like there is someone like me out there. And so it's kind of interesting how like those two characters found someone else like them and was able to make that connection. But yeah, it was really hilarious too. Like I mean, this amazing toilet in the middle of nowhere in this like paradise, and like he's just like sitting on the toilet and you hear the cuckoo.
Yeah, and it's wild to think he built all that.
Yeah.
Just to poop.
Yeah, so like that's Rick's character. Like he goes to elaborate methods to like do stupid jokes on people or to like make stuff fun for him.
Right.
And once again, like that just proves that he's like the smartest person in the universe to like plan all of this. It's pretty crazy. So I had a lot of fun.
Do you mind if I go second?
Yeah, go.
So, I don't know. I think Morty kind of took a backseat in this one. It was more of Rick's like life, like existential feeling of how like he's displaying himself. He did it in like the first few seasons too. Remember when he said there was a therapist before?
Yeah,
and he kind of related to it. But he gets mad. Like that's how you know he's like listening to it. It's like he just kind of rebuttals like, yeah, shut up. I know you're right. And I didn't know that was like him putting the Tony into like the dreamlike state, and then you get to see Rick like he really cares about some people that care about him. If the person really cares about Rick, then he kind of
and it's weird too that all those people cared about, or maybe all those people in the water cared about Rick, but he still like isolated them from him by putting them in that water. You know what I mean?
Maybe they're not so much as closer to like Tony is. Maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure either, but I think that was just funny. A lot of poop jokes and him scrolling through finding the right poop and then going through the universe to find the guy was pretty funny. Like he goes to such an extent for his little comfort of like his life, and I think as Rick conquered everything else, but my little comfort matters that much. So like fight a robot war and win the robot war to get the information.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny, and there's like meaning to these episodes, even though it's so chaotic. There's some kind of meaning in it.
Yeah, and then on my end, like Martin mentioned, and like I mentioned earlier, the therapist to me seemed more like Tony because there's been very few characters in the show who understand who Rick is. Like Morty gets Rick. Yeah. The therapist got Rick. Like she called him out on his stuff. Like she basically got him like that in my view. And then Tony and maybe what's the flying guy's name? Like Hawkeye or
Birdman.
Birdman. I can't think of anybody else who really understands who Rick is. Yeah. Like and that's kind of what made me bring up the therapist and this was pretty cool. Like I'm kind of like sad Tony died. I thought maybe they were gonna have some character arc. Maybe something was gonna happen there. But it was just pretty cool to see that. Like, I mean, I guess not cool. It's kind of sad to see that Rick kind of had hope for having a friendship and like left like almost immediately. But I mean, the episodes can be like that.
Yeah, I think even though it's like chaotic, they try to like introduce something sometimes into it. Like, and that was like, oh, that's really cool. But it depends on what it is. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So once again, my name is Phil.
I'm Rob.
I'm Martin.
And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.